I'm Umi, and welcome back to my PinkPantheress dress-up game series. If you're new here, hello, nice to meet you. And if you're a subscriber or a frequent viewer, hey, it's good to see you again. If you haven't seen the previous videos, definitely check those out first through the playlist. They'll give this episode some context. So in this episode, we're going to talk about me making a prototype dress-up game, because this is my first time doing anything like this. I downloaded Godot, opened up, and yeah. Within about 5 minutes, I realized this engine is way more complicated than I expected. It completely overwhelmed my brain. Looking back, I probably should have started with something easier, like Scratch, Game Maker, Game Developer, or even Maker.io. But what's done is done. After that little meltdown, I did what most people do. I went to YouTube, and I also asked AI to help me make me a guide. Some people don't like AI, and that's fine, but I learn best by doing, and I wanted to get this idea out of my head and into something real. I didn't have the patience to learn everything from scratch before even starting. So with tutorials, AI notes, and a lot of determination, I started building a tiny prototype dress-up game. And this episode covers day 1 through day 4. Day 1 was all about getting the basics in place. I set the game window to 1280x720, added a control node, and brought in my background image. Then I added a simple panel and a test button. Day 1 was also the day I realized how much Godot is hidden behind tiny drop-downs and collapsed menus. I kept losing the inspector, I couldn't find the layout section, and I didn't know which texture button actually loads my PNG. At one point, I generally considered starting over because it felt like too much at once, but breaking everything into tiny steps helps a lot. Day 2 is when the prototype actually became a dress-up game. I added a character sprite, added my first clothing item, and learned how to make it clickable. I connected my first signal and wrote my first little GD script function to hide and show the clothing. Day 2 was mostly me fighting the inspector again. I couldn't find her position and size settings. I didn't realize texture button uses a different texture field, and I forgot to attach the script before connecting signals, which caused a lot of errors. And then there was indentation. Let's just say GD script is very strict about spacing, and I learned that the hard way. Day 3 was all about scaling up the prototype. I added multiple clothing items, made them invisible by default, and created a button for each one. I also added show all and hide all button to make the testing so much more easier. Day 3 introduced a new type of confusion, the transformation tools. I spent a while trying to move the buttons while Godot politely rotated them instead. I also had too many panels in my scene and I wasn't sure which one to use. And step 6 of the guide was a lot. I tried to do too many things at once, so I had to slow down and break it apart. Day 4 was the biggest jump. I added more buttons to balance out the wardrobe, created new buttons, reorganized the UI, and added labels for each categories. Then I built a random outfit generator that picks tops, bottoms, and shoes automatically. Day 4 taught me the most. Buttons weren't connecting properly, some clothing items were disappearing, while others stacked on top of each other, and the dresses needed a completely different logic from top and bottoms. I also kept mixing up node paths, especially with hairstyles, and a random button kept giving my character a shirt but no pants until I fixed the numbers. It was a lot, but by the end of the day, everything finally clicked. Within just a few sessions, the prototype went from a blank scene to a functional dress-up system with categories, toggles, and a random outfit generator. And that's everything for this episode. In part 5, the next steps are going to be even more fun. The accessories, UI polish, sound effects, and maybe even saving outfits. But for now, I'm proud of how far this little project has come. If you enjoyed this series, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time!